Could you introduce us India a little bit more?
Different languages, different religion, all living. It's a melting pot. How can we define India, right? And also, there are a lot of good scientists who led India to a stage where it is now today.
We've learned India turned from a workbench into a hub for innovation in terms of biomedicine and pharmaceuticals. In the projects I'm involved in, it is much about end-to-end partnerships instead of former client-supplier relationships. What's your view on this, especially when looking at the relationship with Indian companies?
Sure. So I think, it's all about relationship management. And that's one of the things which we should really focus, today and also later. And this is one of my favorite topic, Bernard, So, when we are managing a project, so it is not managing a project. I always say that it is managing the cultures, So if we manage the culture well, if we respect each other, like a buyer and the seller, so I think it all comes with understanding the pain point, what's the problem, and how can we help you? How can we help you and make others' life, possible? So in this aspect, I think India was there because if you see just, I will give you 2, 3 examples so that you understand. In India, it is automatic that you do a proper follow-up right from day one when you are in the college, just not to miss anything. So this culture of really, let's say caring for each other and really, getting the right things done and the setting the priority in a family also imbibed this genetic makeup, as I say, of getting things done in chaos. And, if you take it in a higher spirit, in a positive way, likewise navigating a traffic out of the busy roads in a busy junction where it's all chaotic but people are still flowing, the traffic is still flowing. And if you imagine that picture with managing a complex generic formulation operation where biostudy can fail, where things can go wrong, where your formulation will not be, stability can fail, where everything in the world can go wrong, but still you have to deliver, the mindset has to be changed. And I think in that respect India was able to attract that kind of let's say tribe who came early on and who become the big entrepreneurs like Dr. Reddy's and all the other big giants which we have. And of course, I have the privilege of working in many Indian companies like Aurobindo, Dr. Reddy's, then Apotex, who also had this company in India. So more or less, I saw that there was a as you said, there was a clear-cut deadline-based approach. That means when I grew up, when I started my career, Bernard, we were measured by first to file. So why this example of first to file? As many of the viewers will understand, first to file means you have to be there at the day one, get the stamp at the Baltimore office. I was actually a regulatory affairs manager myself, Dr. Reddy's. I had seen the whole life cycle of submitting the dossier with USFD and getting that stamp on the first letter, which I say that your first to file is actually submitted. And of course, there is a process, it has to be accepted and all that. So this whole trajectory of being, an incentive for generics to be first to file, the first wave of launch, and really helping the whole, let's say the population with having a quality product in quality time and also getting the exclusivity. I think this has to do a lot with effective project management and really deadline based approach. And in our licensing field, I was very happy to see that there was a constant flow of make or buy approach. That means, make is R&D, as we all know, and buy is getting, it in license from others. But both, for example, I have seen for products like clopidogrel and various other products, I have seen that both make and buy going parallel to each other. That means, at one point of time, they decided, depending on the biostudy or stability, whether to continue with make or go for buy. And this was really very great experience that we never say no to anyone. We can do it ourselves, but we also have alternatives so that we get that exclusivity that first day to launch. And of course, there are a lot of incentive, as we all know. Then came authorized generics, there were NC minus one and all these projects. But overall, generics had a clear-cut incentive, and that was materialized with a solid project management in space.
Great. So if I paraphrase it and shorten it, it's first of all respecting and taking care of different cultures.
Yeah.
Second of all, solid project management. And third of all, my takeaway is to deal with the open mind of Indians. You draw the picture of the chaotic traffic, although it works, and this can be used in projects.
Sure.
Thank you. What is important for European or American pharmaceutical companies to consider if they choose to partner with an Indian company?
One thing which I tell again and again is to avoid the laid back philosophy. In India, change is automatic. Nobody is afraid.